Today we are going to talk about children's education savings, how parents and guardians can help school fees with less panic and more discipline. Start early, save monthly, protect the goal, and review yearly. Here is a practical guide for families planning education costs. School fees become stressful when they are treated as an emergency. Education costs are predictable, but many a times many families handle them only when the deadline is near. These are the key areas to highlight. Term dates are known. Fees, transport, and supplies usually follow a predictable school calendar. And secondly, last minute borrowing is expensive. It's important to avoid last minute borrowing. So emergency loans and informal borrowing can turn school fees into a debt circle. Third one is small gaps grow quietly. Uniform, books, trips, and boarding items can break a weak budget. And the last point, which is number 4, is a plan protects the child. The goal is stable learning, not panic every opening week. So it's important to know why a plan to protect the child is very important. Start with the full education cost, not school fees alone. A realistic budget includes every cost. That keeps the child in school and learning comfortably. Core fees, tuition, activity, charges, boarding or lunch, and examination related costs are the core fees. And we also have learning materials. The learning support. The learning support includes books, stationery, digital learning tools, revision materials, and extra cost. There are also daily access. The daily access involves transport, meals, uniform, shoes, and personal items for boarding students. And the last one is future transition cost. The transition cost entails moving from primary to secondary, college, or university, which often requires a bigger reserve. Separate education money from daily spending. It's important that money meant for school fees should not sit in the same place as groceries, fuel, rent, and impulse spending. Create a dedicated account. Use a separate, like bank, SACCO, wallet, or investment account for school savings. Automate the contribution. Make sure that you set a monthly transfer immediately after income arrives. Name the goal clearly. Clearly understand the goal or the need for your money. Label the account by child, class year, or school term to reduce temptation. And also, it's good to track your progress. Review the balance against the next school deadline and the long-term target. And by doing so, you will be at par with the school fees. Build education fund in 5 simple steps. I will take you through the 5 steps where you can build education fund. A goal plan connects the child, the school timeline, the monthly amount, and the right saving tool. The first step is estimate. You need to estimate on school fees, uniforms, transport, and books. The second step is timeline. It's good to know the termly, yearly, and long-term needs. Automation. You need to, in order to automate the standing order or mobile transfer. Protection. In order to protect, you need an emergency fund and insurance cover where applicable. Review. Update as school fees and income change. The secret is consistency. Even a modest monthly amount becomes a powerful when it is protected from daily spending. Match the saving tool to the school timeline. The right place for money depends on when the money will be needed and how much the risk the family can accept. And next term fees. The next term fees, make sure you keep this money safe and accessible in a bank, SACCO, or liquid money market option. So it's important to consider the three areas where you can keep the next term fee, like bank, SACCO, or also money market options. Another one is 1 to 3 years. Use a disciplined saving or low to moderate risk option that protects access. 4 years and beyond. Consider regulated investment options after understanding risk, fees, and liquidity. The last one is avoid speculation. Is not important. If you are such a person who normally or usually speculate, this is very dangerous. So it is in order that you do not gamble school fees in highly risk schemes or unregulated promises. Know the common education saving option. Like I will mention some. No single product is perfect. The best choice balances safety, access, growth, fees, and discipline. Number one is bank or SACCO saving, as I had mentioned earlier. Good for discipline and access, especially for near-term school fees. Another one is money market. You had me in the previous clip I talked about it, that money markets funds can help preserve liquidity and earn income. But choose licensed providers and understand fees. We have also treasury bills and bonds. Government securities can shoot planned timelines, with the Central Bank Kenya offerings access through those CSDs. And also education insurance plans. You may also combine saving with protection, but you read premiums, charges, maturity terms, and exclusions. Protect education plan from life shocks. A good education plan survives illness, income interruption, job loss, or business slowdown. Build an emergency fund. Do not depend on school fees savings for every household emergency. Insure key risks. Consider health cover and life protection where appropriate for the breadwinner. Only if you have the challenge now, if you cannot make a surplus or you are not in a position to insure any key risk, this one you can avoid, but it's important where you have the capability you can insure key risk. And also we have share the plan. A spouse or guardian or trusted family member should know where the education records are kept. And finally, you need to keep documents organized. It is important that you store fee structures, policy documents, account statements, and beneficiary details safely. Avoid mistakes that weaken the education funds. Many a times, most education savings fail because of poor discipline, poor product choice, or no review. Saving only when there is extra money. It is important that education should be treated as a planned monthly obligation, not a leftover. Using school fee money for lifestyle needs, this is a very dangerous if a parent can use school fee money for a lifestyle needs. So once the fund is raided repeatedly, the family returns to panic borrowing. And also chasing unrealistic returns. High promise returns can hide high risks, fraud, or poor liquidity. And also ignoring fee increases. Review the target yearly because the school fees costs and household income normally change. Give every child an education fund with a clear target. The goal here is not just to be rich overnight. The goal is to stay ready before the school fee deadline arrives. Set the right target. Know the next month term amount, the yearly amount, and the next transition cost. Choose the right tool. Match the account or investment to the timeline and the risk level. Automate the habit. Make sure you move money before daily spending begins. Where you need help, we are there and consult financial consulting, where we will consult on the education matters, savings, planning, and financial and family finance guidance. You can like the page, follow, share, and consult more with Beacon Consulting.